Hello everybody and welcome to the 2012 fall edition of NPA Sports Extra, the show about everything Mustang sports. I'm Billy Glynn, I'll be your host today, and we've got a great show for you today. First up, we're going to be talking some swimming, co-ed swimming. They had a great meet against Marshfield. We're going to take a look at some highlights from. First up, we had the 100 fly. In lane 1, Caitlin Sullivan. Lane 3, Charlotte Rivard. And lane 5, Anthony Rodriguez. Marshfield takes first place in a neck-to-neck race with Charlotte and Anthony right behind, taking second and third, with Caitlin Sullivan hustling in at the end. That was quite a thriller there, the butterfly. This meet is only getting started, trust me. We have a lot more underway. Next up, we had the 200 medley relay. Trisha Lee starts off the bat strong with the lead, and then Eddie Hernan in lane 3 with the breaststroke, with Marshfield in lane 4 close behind. This one was neck and neck all the way through, as you see there how close this race was. And then as we finish up here, last but not least, Nick Gattani finishes the relay strong in lane 3 to take first place for the Mustangs. Up next, we had the 200-yard freestyle, which was a Norwood sweep, 1, 2, 3 here, with Catherine Osborne in lane 1, Jimmy Conley in lane 3, and Megan Shaughnessy in lane 5. Always good to get the Mustangs to go 1, 2, 3, especially in the swim meet. That is huge for the points. As now we take a look at diving. Up first we had Mackenzie Begley, also a gymnast for the Mustangs. Second up we had Kristen Folan. She was most improved on the swim team, and everybody, we need complete silence for her dive. She nailed it. As always, most improved. Of course she's going to nail it. And last but not least, Kelly O'Rourke, new to the dive team this year, had a very strong season, and look at that dive. Beautifully done as the Mustangs win that meet over Marshfield. Now we're going to take a look at a sit-down that Mike Maloof had with that diver you just saw, Kristen Folan.
Hello, and I'm here with Kristen Folan, a junior on the swim and dive team who currently just placed 4th in the state competition at Harvard. Hello, Kristen.
Hello.
I want to start by saying congratulations.
Thank you.
All right, so how did you get into diving?
I started diving my sophomore year, and my mom actually really wanted me to do it. She thought I might be good at it, and I ended up actually really enjoying it.
So I know you do gymnastics also. What are some of the similarities and differences between diving and gymnastics?
The gymnastics definitely helps me with diving. It helps me flip and stuff. It definitely gave me an advantage, I think. It's also a lot different, the landings and stuff, I'm going into water instead of actually landing on hard ground like I am in gymnastics.
Okay, so I know one similarity between gymnastics and diving is a scoring, and that's completely judged by the judges and whatnot. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, the judging in gymnastics and in diving is based out of a 10. So they'll give you a score after you do your dive or a routine in gymnastics, and it's a 1 through 10. And yeah, it's basically the same.
All right, well, personally, I only know it from watching the Olympics, and I can't really tell a difference between some of the dives, and they get completely different scores, and that's all up to the judges. So, what are your thoughts on that? Do you sometimes feel that you deserve better scores than you get, or can you tell when you have a good dive and when you don't?
I can definitely tell when I mess up and get a bad score, and I mean, you always get over it, when you did bad. But sometimes you think you did the same exact thing as another girl and they'll get a higher score than you, so there must be a reason for it, but it definitely gets frustrating.
Yeah, I could see that being very frustrating. So talk a little bit about the actual dives. How many dives do you do during a meet?
During a dual meet, each diver does 6 official dives, and then at sectionals and states we do 11.
11, wow, that's a lot. How many dives, different dives do you know, or do you have?
I think I probably have about 11. You need to get them for that meet, so
okay.
I have that much.
What's your favorite dive, and if you can explain it for us?
My favorite dive is probably a back 1.5 twist. So you do back tuck basically, and you twist 1.5 twists.
Cool. What is your most difficult dive?
My most difficult dive, I would have to say, is a double back. So I do 2 back tucks before I hit the water.
Landing
Feet
first?
Yes.
Cool, cool. So one thing that's different between swim and dive between other sports is you guys are kind of separated at practice, right? I know like hockey and football, they separate offense and defense, but you guys they also do teamwork. You guys never really do teamwork, do you?
Not really. Like it's definitely a lot like more separated than other teams, I think. We're at the complete like opposite end, and the swim teams do a completely different workout than us. But I mean, we all try to like stick together and like do things all
together. So you do have like a big team bond, even though.
Yeah, like I mean, pasta dinners we're all together, and like swimmers will be with divers and stuff like that. So it's
That's
fun.
cool.
Yeah.
So talk a little bit about the state competition. I know you first competed in the South Regionals, and then you went on to the state championship. And what was that like?
It was definitely intimidating. Going to like MIT and Harvard, such like big colleges, it was scary to go up there and compete. And then you got to see all these like great divers, so that was pretty cool. But it was a fun experience.
That's cool. So I know someone told me that you not only competed in diving this year, you did a couple swim. What was that like?
Yes, I did. We actually had like a diving relay where all of the divers did a 50-yard freestyle relay. That was scary because I'm not really a swimmer, but it was fun to try, I guess.
Do you have a little more respect for the swimmers?
Yes, I definitely do. Swimming is hard.
Yeah, I can't do it, but looking forward to gymnastics season. What does the swimming help you with? Or
the
diving,
swimming,
sorry.
well, I mean, we always have to swim for warm-up, so it definitely helps my cardio when it comes to gymnastics season. But diving helps me, like I'm always like doing stuff involved with gymnastics, so I guess it keeps me in shape and I get ready for the gymnastics season.
That's good. Well, thank you for coming out.
Thank you.
And congratulations on the 4th in the state, and good
Thank
luck
you.
in gymnastics.
Thank you.
Norwood is at home this year for the annual Thanksgiving Day football game, the 84th meeting between these two teams. Norwood's won 13 of the last 15. This was the first one on the new Murray Field, so a lot of talk about this game coming up here. First drive for Norwood, Nardelli finds Marvin Beasley. 45-yard touchdown just like that. Norwood's up 7-0. First drive, it was the 5th play of the game. Look at that. Only a 9-yard pass, but Beasley does the rest. 36 yards after the run. How about Dedham's first possession? Not as good. Civatone forces the 3-and-out on a huge stick there. Dedham's forced to punt. Now Nardelli, so nice they did it twice to Beasley down the sidelines. Huge gain there. That sets up this Jason Matovu 4-yard touchdown. Just like that, Norwood's up 2 scores. 10 plays, they got 2 scores. That's a great way to start the Thanksgiving Day game. Dedham, though, trying to answer. Mike Cadlick to Raheem Powell. Gain of 28 on this play. But that's about as far as the offense would go for Dedham. As Cadlick being chased, and Tyler Gover says hello. Lays the silver hammer down on this one. Welcomes Dedham to Norwood and welcomes them to the new field with that hit. Here's Nardelli going deep. He likes the long ball, just can't find Callahan on that one. Would have been a beautiful catch. But Matovu says, don't worry guys, I got this. 26-yard TD run there. That was on a 4th and short too. They went for it, got 26 yards and a touchdown. How about a little defense? Adam Nopel says no thanks, forces another 3-and-out. Dedham's forced to punt, and what happens on the punt? Well, Marvin Beasley, he's been all over this highlight. Does his best MC Hammer impression, says you can't touch this. All the way to the end zone. That's a punt return. He had a lot of blockers in front of him, led by Civatone, the captain. Mustangs loving it. Norwood's up huge here. And just like that, Civatone back on this highlight. Blocking here, gets rewarded with a fumble recovery. He's loving it. He's a senior captain having a good time out there. And Norwood gets the ball back again. Nardelli tried to go to Callahan once. He's going to try again. Just incomplete. The crowd behind him really wanted that one. Have no fear. Jake Ryan is here down to the 1-yard line and almost knocks out our camera girl there. Erin Crowley does a great job staying on her feet. Pat Foley says, I'll take it from here. 1-yard touchdown run. Gets himself a little water to celebrate after that one. Back on the defense. Norwood all over the ball. This time it's Longsdale Garrison swatting that one away. There was 3 Norwood defenders there. Almost picked it off as well. But another punt for Dedham. And here's Norwood. 34-0. Under a minute to go in the half, but they're not going to run the ball. They go deep to McIsaac. And a touchdown just like that. Norwood cannot miss here in the first half. The marching band's loving it. Everyone's loving the marching band too because they're award winning, let me tell you that. Second half now, Dedham trying to get something going on offense. They fumble the snap. It's Emmett McNamara recovering that one. And Dedham just having a tough go of it here, trying to get some points on the board. More defense now. It's incomplete. But this time, Dedham would get on the board. The only touchdown they scored on the day goes to Jay Maxwell. But it's been this kind of day for Dedham as the extra point on that touchdown is blocked by Mike Dolliner. And that's going to do it for this one. A huge win for Norwood, 41-6 over Dedham in the 84th annual Thanksgiving Day game as Norwood celebrates with the Wall Toady Trophy, gets the first win at the new Murray Field. Erin Crowley sat down with team MVP and first team All-Star Kayleen Spalding to talk about this year's volleyball season.
I'm Erin Crowley here with senior captain Kayleen to discuss the girls volleyball team. How was your season?
Our season was pretty well because with 8 seniors on our team, being on the team last year, we only won 1 game. We were 1-17, which isn't really great at all. But coming back this year, we were like, our goal was to make tournament. We missed out on tournament by 3 games, but we improved our record by 7, and we were 7-13, so it went well.
What was it like to be in your last season as a player?
It was sad. It was really sad because I've been playing volleyball since freshman year, and I made like all my friends are my teammates now. Like our bond is so great. We always hung out, especially with all the seniors. It was just really emotional. Like the last game, I didn't want to leave the court at all. Just wanted to stay on the bench because I didn't want it to be over.
Who stands out to you for the future of the team?
Standing out in the future, honestly, no one will stand out because volleyball isn't like an individual sport, it's a team sport. So like even if like someone's a really good hitter, they need a setter. And even if the person's a really good setter, they need someone to pass them the ball. So it's honestly going to be like a team sport. Yeah, so next year's team will be good. They'll be scrappy. So that means they'll play a lot of defense, not a lot of offense, meaning hitting the ball.
In the Dedham game, you guys lost the first match. Then you rallied back for the second and third games, which you won. Lost the fourth game and won the third. How incredible was that?
It was really incredible because we came in thinking, oh, it's just Dedham, we're gonna beat them. But when we first saw how much Dedham like put up a fight for the first game, we realized, oh shoot, like this is gonna be down to the wire. And our coach told us after the first game, like, if you win this game, this could be your like chance to make tournament because we would have been 6-7 if we won that game. So all the seniors mostly like put everyone else on their backs and was like, let's go. Winning that game is actually one of the best games that I've been part of. Just coming back after that win and just beating Dedham.
Was it difficult to switch coaches? Like last year you guys had Coach Colville and this year Nimblett.
Honestly, it wasn't that big of a change because we had Nimblett in the program. So we all were familiar with Nimblett. Everyone was just like cautious in the beginning, but like that's with every season, like a new coach, like, oh, what's gonna happen? But honestly, I thought it was a good change.
What will you miss most about volleyball?
Just mostly the practices. Being able to be with like the entire program, like you, and most of the JV players, not even varsity. Like I'll miss varsity, but like the entire program was a close family and we did everything together. We did fundraisers together, had sleepovers together. So I'll just miss just the teammates, most of it.
All right, thanks, Kayleen. We wish you the best of luck.
Thank you.
Norwood girls field hockey team was down at the Oldham School to take on Newton North. A lot of action early on in this one. Big scrum out front. Everyone's trying to get the ball, but who ends up with it? Well, of course, the Mustangs, as they put one home there, take an early lead. Norwood back on the attack, but they don't get anything there. Now it's Samantha Hayes knocking this one in, gets it to Jenny O'Donnell. She plays ice hockey in the winter, but she's playing on the field now. To another senior, Lauren Harrington, working the ball around. It's Hayes now, back to Jenny O'Donnell, showing those moves on the rink, but putting them to work on the grass. Bringing it down the wing, throws it out front with a little help from her teammate, but nothing doing there for the Mustangs. Now off the restart, Norwood gets it in. And buries one from long range. Allison Ryan gets the goal there. She's a star on this team, going D1 play to UMass, not to play field hockey, but indeed to play lacrosse, joining her brother who plays club lacrosse there, as a matter of fact. How about a little defense from Norwood here? Courtney Fernandez in net, holding it down for the Mustangs. Now it's Ryan, working it up. She's a star on this team, and she's showing why here, making everyone miss on Newton North, flying down the field. Tries to throw it out front. Good D, but only for a second there as they get the ball back. And make no mistake about it, it's Brianne King on the goal. Third one of the day for the Mustangs. As Norwood successfully beats Newton North here on the Oldham Field. Next year, hopefully they'll be playing up here at the high school. Good win nonetheless, though, for the Mustangs. Megan Corbett sat down with Coach Allison Parks-Penza of the field hockey team to talk about the great success the team had this year.
Hi, I'm Megan. I'm here with Allison Penza, class of 1993. She is the head field hockey coach here at Norwood High School. So thanks for coming, Al.
You're welcome.
So we just want to talk to Al about her the past season for field hockey. They were very successful. They made tournament. When did you start coaching at Norwood High School?
I started coaching the summer after I graduated from college. It was 1997.
Okay.
So I started in as the freshman coach, and I was the freshman coach for a while, then moved up to JV, and became the varsity coach in 2006.
Oh, nice. So you basically succeeded Shaz, the
Yes, I
legend.
did, the legend.
So how, pressure or?
Oh, definite pressure, especially with the tradition that Norwood has, coming in, being a part of the program. There was a lot of pressure to make sure you continued the success that we had.
Now, what was your record this year?
Our record this year, we finished 12-6-1.
Okay, and you made tournament.
Yes.
And how far did you go for tournament?
We made it through the first round. We ended up we were the 12th seed. We ended up drawing Dennis Jarmuth, who was the 5th seed, so we had to travel down the Cape, which, as most Norwood alumni know, that's typical for us in tournament. Went down, tough game, ended up losing 4-1. Dennis Jarmuth just played very well, and we just couldn't seem to get into a rhythm. So disappointing that we lost, but overall, a fabulous season.
Yeah, those Cape teams, they're loaded with field hockey
players.
Yes,
and it's like we haven't seen them in a while, but all of a sudden, they're right up there. So you go down there, it's always a tough game.
Oh, they're all loaded down there with field hockey players. They're in the tournament every year.
Yeah.
So was this one of your best seasons as head coach?
Yes, as head coach, this was my best season.
Oh, that's great.
We've had seasons in the past where we've qualified for tournament, but it's been 500 just making it in, a game over 500. Last season we made it, last game, second half of a game, 2-goal deficit, came back, won it. So, it was nice this year to kind of lock up that seed early, that tournament berth, and kind of, go in with a much better record than we have in the past.
Nice. Now, who were some of the standout players? Did you guys have any all-stars or?
We did. I really feel like my senior class, we had 14 seniors.
Oh, wow.
So we had a great senior leadership, led by captains. We had Liz Whitney, who's a senior captain, Lauren Harrington, Allison Ryan, and Jenny O'Donnell.
Nice.
So they provided great leadership for the team. We had 4 all-stars. We had 3 first team in Allison Ryan, Jenny O'Donnell, and Sammy Hayes, who's a sophomore.
Oh, wow.
And yeah, that was great.
That's
she was
awesome.
phenomenal this year. And then we had a second team in senior Liz Epstein. So we really had a great senior leadership and good core of underclassmen. So it was really a good mix.
Now, you say you have 14 seniors.
Yes.
Is next year going to be rebuilding, or do you have a good core coming up?
You know what? Last year we lost 13 seniors.
Oh, okay.
So it's the last 2 years we've really been, senior heavy leadership, a lot of seniors. So going into this year, I knew, we had experience, we had a lot, a good core that had played varsity before. So I knew with some additions, younger kids, that we would be pretty competitive. Next year, I'm thinking the same, still core group. So there'll be a lot more positions open next year than they have been in the past. So we'll see. You never know. It's how the team comes together in preseason and, how they perform. And
Now, is anyone looking to play field hockey in college, or?
I don't believe any of the seniors that I had this season. We have, a lot of kids that are involved in other sports. Allison Ryan does lacrosse.
Yes.
A lot of the kids do ice hockey. So I'm not sure. I think, a few of them are looking. I know Kayla Garzinski's interested in playing and moving on next year at the next level. So we'll see. Hopefully, a lot of it is they'll decide what school they want to go to, and hopefully, if they have the opportunity, they'll pursue it.
Now, looking towards next year,
Yes.
it is a year away, but it'll be here before you know it.
Yes.
What do you look forward to the most?
I think I just look forward to being with the team, seeing how it evolves. This year, it was one of those things, I think the kids worked hard over the off season. They came in, kind of disappointed last year, losing first round, wanting to get back to the tournament, and really wanting to, put everything together. In the past, there's been a couple frustrating years where we've had trouble scoring goals or we've lost really close games. I think this year they knew that with the work they put in the offseason, coming into this season with senior leadership, good underclassmen, that they really could, be competitive in the Bay State League, and they definitely did that. So I'm hoping that, the younger kids learned from this year and they'll bring that same intensity into next year, and hopefully, we'll have another successful season.
Definitely. And you guys play at the Old Team now.
Yes.
So are you looking forward to getting back up here to the high school?
Definitely. I mean, we've been very lucky to play at the Old Team. It's a fabulous field. It's close for the kids to get to. But we do miss being on campus. There's that missing having other sports being able to come watch you, just the people passing by being able to watch a game. And it would be nice to be back at the high school next year.
Absolutely. And everything when it's, on campus is just a different feel.
It's definitely also too, I think it will allow us a lot of where we could do video, we can do, utilize the weight room because we're right here. It was tough to do that when you're not on campus.
Absolutely. One last question.
Yes.
All right. Since the sports awards got moved up here and you guys do the videos, the tradition is whoever has the best season goes last, and that was you guys this year.
Yes.
So were you pretty pumped about that?
Definitely. I mean, I think as any of the coaches, you all want to be successful. You always want to be, but it is kind of like one of those inside things where all the coaches know you want to be that last one to go, even though, it's tough to sit through and, go through the whole program. But it's great to be able to listen to the other coaches, learn about their seasons, and then be able to, have that sense of accomplishment that you guys, were the most successful at the school.
Oh, absolutely. And it's just a really great accomplishment to be able to go last in the awards night.
That's one of your goals as a coach, to finish last at the sports awards.
Definitely.
So it's good. It's good.
So, well, Al, I really appreciate you coming up here.
Thank you for having me.
Taking time with us. And next year we look forward to getting out there and covering more games.
Awesome. Great.
Thank you.
Norwood boys soccer was down at Father Max Field to take on Weymouth. As we take a look at some of the action here, Norwood trying to cross it early on, get an early lead, but it was defended well by Weymouth. I believe that was Tyler Gonsalves. Here's Mark Powers trying to feed Gonsalves. He's the captain on this team and one of the leaders definitely, as he was voted first team All-Star and MVP. But couldn't get one to go there. Him and Mark Powers worked well together throughout this game. Another note on Gonsalves, he's committed to D1 to play soccer at Holy Cross. There's the other captain, Alex Cubelli, sending one in, but to no avail. This one was back and forth all game. Here, Weymouth sending one in. Goaltender Joe Shalmo, aggressive, nice play there and cleared out by the defense. Shalmo had himself a good game. You'll see some more saves from him throughout this highlight reel, that's for sure. Here now, Norwood working it up, trying to get something going offensively. Sticking with it all the way down the wing. Just making defenders look silly there for a minute, but it's cleared out. Here, Gonsalves. Whoop, makes one person miss. Oh, but he can't make two miss. Tough play there. Here's Shalmo on the boot. Kicks the thing almost 50 yards. Now Weymouth's turn on the attack. But nice D there from Walter Aspinwall, denying any cross there. Norwood sends it into the middle. Goaltender has it for Weymouth. So still no goals. Alex Cubelli bombs one down the field. Headed right back by Weymouth. A lot of midfield play in this game. A lot of good defense, as you see clear there. Just trying to get the ball out. Don't want to give up that goal. This one sent in, but again, Weymouth's goaltender just beats him to it. Now it's Shalmo's turn. Another aggressive play. He's made a few of those sliding plays, denying Weymouth's chances. Here comes Mark Powers. Small guy, but a big heart. Look at him fighting against those guys, a foot taller than him. Keeps possession for Norwood as they try to send it in here. Working it along the wing. Good cross in. Kick. Not enough power, and Weymouth has it. Now Shalmo, not to be outdone, a diving stop there. Beautiful play by Joe Shalmo. Weymouth on the throw-in. The heave, diving stop by Shalmo. He will not let that ball pass him. Moving on from boys soccer, it's the girls' turn. Taking on Wellesley, also at Father Max. It's here, Norwood, off to a good start. Making one move. Look at the point, it's Jessica Murphy. Sends it into the middle. Finds the open girl and buries the goal. Norwood's up just like that. Look at that. Jessica Murphy, she knew she had a guy open. And make no mistake about it, they beat the goaltender just like that. Norwood's up 1-0. Wellesley on the restart. Mackenzie Sheehan making a nice play, taking a page out of Joe Shalmo's book with that save. Great job there. Here comes out, battling the sun. No worries there. Sliding catch. Wellesley still on the attack. And nope, denied there by Sheehan again. She's a brick wall back there for the Mustangs, and unfortunately Norwood ended up losing that game 5-2, but as you see there, it was a great effort. Along with that game, NPA also was there covering this girls soccer senior day. So let's go ahead and take a look at that now.
We'll start off with number 3, Captain Brittany Cadis, along with Carl and David Dave and Paula, congratulations. You guys should come out. Let's come on out here so we get a picture with you guys. We can join us. We want to get everybody there. And a special day after, as they say, 12 or 14 years of soccer from the youth level all the way up to senior year here in high school. Stefan, the photographer, is also the photographer. That's okay, no problem. Number 4, Darren Conley, along with Denise and Gil Conley.
Dad's late as usual.
He's coming. He's, look at that. He's running down the hill. Hey, Dad, congratulations. Special day. Just don't trip. Yeah, congratulations. Get you that picture. Number 5, Heather Folan, along with Lois and Chris Folan.
That was a classic, really. Once you go head over here.
Okay, number 7, Ali Quintiliani, along with Sue and Ron Quintiliani.
Go, Ronnie.
Number 17, Captain Leah Ford, along with Anna and Ken Paul. Last and certainly not least, number 23, Sam Barry, along with parents Sue and Paul Barry. And there you have the 2012 Norwood High Senior Girls Soccer Team. I'd like to personally thank the parents for a great job this year and every year that they've been involved with the program here at Norwood High School.
I got pictures like that, Dave. Excellent.
NPA was there covering 6 Norwood youth football and cheer games. Congrats to all the teams and cheerleaders on great seasons, as the 7th and 8th grade teams both went to the Bay State Super Bowl, and the 8th grade cheer team went to Florida to compete in the national championship, where they got 2nd place. Now let's take a look at some of the future Mustangs.
Nope. Pass to Jay Wachowski, complete. He's got the corner.
First down.
The middle. Run up the middle.
Hit. I think they stopped.
Looks like they stopped. 32, Jake Smelts a big hole up the middle.
Nice run. Nice pass.
Oh, what a play. Outside run to Wachowski. Has the corner. Fantastic block right there. My number 27 on Declan Sapp. Looks like a double reverse here. Wachowski out the outside. I believe he got the first down.
It's going to be close.
Pass to Ford down the middle. Hunter Ford. Toss sweep to 30, Dennehy. Looks like he gets the corner.
Nice hole.
Running hard.
Back to pass.
Back to pass. It was knocked down by
John Carter running for his life. Seems to have something out there.
There's a lot of room there.
He's got the corner.
Good job. Got a flag.
You just saw clips from 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th grade youth football, who all had spectacular games. Now, in Norwood's history, the number 21 has a lot of relevance, with Alfred Fincher, former Norwood High Mustang great, going on to play in the NFL while wearing number 21 here at Norwood. Now, if I was a betting man, I would bet on these next two 21s, as they are up-and-coming stars here for Norwood.
My name is Eddie Duggan. I play for the 7th grade football team, and I wear 21.
My name is George Mason. I play for the 8th grade football team, and my number is 21.
Athletic Director Brian McDonough caught up with Team MVP and Bay State League honorable mention Walker Alexander of the golf team to talk about the great season that he had.
With me here is Walker Alexander. Walker, nice job down there on that hole. How'd you finish up?
I finished with a par.
All right, well, we could tell it was a beautiful second shot there just to the side. Number one golf, having a great year so far. And you know, what's your best round to date?
My best round was a 3 under 33. I shot it in practice one day earlier in the year.
Wow, that's pretty impressive. Great. And you'll be competing on Thursday in the Bay State Conference meet, is that correct?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
And that's going to be held at?
It's going to be at Framingham Country Club.
Yeah. Who are your sidekicks with you on that? Who
It's going to be me, Tim Sullivan, and Mike Murphy.
Oh, that's awesome. Congratulations.
Thank you.
So I'm going to ask you one of the questions we've been asking a lot of groups. What's been your best course that you've played at so far this year?
Oh, hands down the Country Club. We played there earlier this year. It was perfect fairways, perfect greens. It was a lot of fun.
Pretty special. Yeah, not too many people get a chance to play at the Country Club, so you're pretty lucky at that. Great.
Special experience.
For sure.
NPA took a trip down to the junior high to check out the girls and boys cross-country meet. Let's take a look at what was going on down there.
Okay, we're here with our three captains that just finished with a great meet against Dedham today with a big win. Top three runners here for Norwood. Great job. How'd you feel today, George?
Really tired after, but really good because of the win.
Yeah, absolutely. John, how about you? Another PR, or you're pretty close?
Yeah, this is personal best for me.
Awesome.
Me and this guy too.
Yeah, this was also my personal best. I dropped my time 25 seconds, so I was very happy with it.
Okay, another big win for the girls here today, and I tell you, going into it, we got word today that Kelsey is injured, and really the #1 runner for the girls all year. Very disappointing for you, Kelsey, but boy, did the other kids step up. What do you think? And Kelsey, I know disappointing not to be part of this, but you did a nice job cheering them on. What do you think of these other girls here and how they finished today?
They're definitely going to do well next year. I mean, it's not that big of a difference, one senior, but I feel like they're going to be very strong and they'll be great.
Good. Alana, you were by yourself out there for a while, and what was your overall time?
I got 21:32, so it's a personal PR for me.
And that's all we want to see, you know. Sam, you and Devin did a great job. I mean, another great run today. How'd you feel going into that part?
I felt pretty good. I got 15 seconds off my time for the season.
I know the coaches and I are really proud of you, especially how well, when someone goes down and you lose somebody on the team due to an injury, everybody else stepped up, and boy, you really did a great job of that today.
Mark Hoover was down at the soccer fields to see what goes on in the day of the life of Norwood Youth Soccer. Let's take a look.
Well, it's a sport that's played by millions of people around the world and watched by millions, not only here in the United States, but around the world. And whether it's the World Cup or English Premier League or even the Olympics, it's one of the most popular sports in the world. I'm talking about, of course, the sport of soccer. I'm Mark Hoover for NPA Sports, and we're down here today at the Coakley Middle School trying to take a look at the Norwood soccer program for the next few minutes. Take a look at some of the upcoming stars that hopefully someday may be up and playing for the Norwood High School. Hennessy back to
Nice ball
Ryan,
by
back
Ryan
to
Stanley
Hennessy.
back, and there's a shot.
There you go.
And it's
hey!
for
Now that's what it's all about. Look at that.
Thank you for watching the 2012 fall edition of NPA Sports Extra. For NPA Sports, I'm Billy Glynn, and for now, we're going to leave you with a list of the volunteer talent and NPA crew who work very hard behind the scenes to make this all possible.